So, hello everybody, Emperor MSK here, and welcome to my first video. And yes, I am basically making these, I don't know how frequently actually, but I will just occasionally do lectures about, for example, historical topics or ahistorical topics, or even modern day politics, etc. And today's topic will be about this idea called Danubian Federation. And we will basically discuss was it a possibility or just a fever dream by Austrian nobles? So basically, with this lecture, I kind of hope to convince you all why I do not think that it really was a real possibility because of certain issues that plagued the very idea within Austro-Hungarian Empire, and without some major changes, no, it really isn't a possibility. So let's start first off, what exactly is Danubian Federation? So first off, it was a proposal made made in the early 1900s, and the idea basically was to federalize the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and this was sought to basically resolve some ethnic and nationalistic tensions within the empire. Like as you can see, for example, from here, from this from this image over here, you can see that Austro-Hungarian Empire is this very diverse and very big, like the in empire in Central Eastern Europe. And there are so many ethnic groups which makes it divided. Like there are Germans, Czechs, Slovakians, Hungarians, Southern Slavs or Croatians and Serbs, etc., Slovenes, Romanians, Ukrainians, and Poles. And basically, these different ethnic groups would then come together as in a sort of nation of equals. However, the idea kind of was just forgotten. Like it never really went anywhere because of World War One, which saw the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and it basically dissolved into these multiple nation states such as Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Hungary, Poland, etc. So basically, what exactly were the problems with Austro-Hungarian Empire then? Well, first off, we have the dualist system. Basically, there was this compromise in 1867. However, it was only between Austria and Hungary. So basically, the Habsburg throne, which was the ruling dynasty of then Austrian Empire, and they kind of allied or compromised with the Hungarian nobility, basically making them the second part of the empire. And this basically created the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And yes, it was only really between Austria and Hungary, so only they and their respective elites had any real power within the empire. And all of these other nationalities were kind of just, well, they were there. They were basically just parts of either Austrian or Hungarian halves of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. And this already led to resentment from these other nationalities, which you can see here. And basically they would want to become independent especially since it's the 1800s, 1900s, when nationalism started taking shape even more. But basically, because of this unequal treatment, these other nationalities would want to become independent because they were resentful to the Habsburg throne and the Magyars. So basically, and even there even were internal divisions within the dual monarchy, two main states of the dual monarchy. Like, for example, this is one of the problems. Like, Hungary refused any reforms. They weren't willing to lose their power that they had, any power that they had gained through the Compromise of 1867, which kind of also led. So basically, Hungary was this really like reactionary and conservative part of the empire. It, and while I don't know that for certain, I do, as far as I understand, Austria, it was like the more liberal minded of the two halves, while Hungary was the more conservative and they didn't really want to, lose any of their power or land that they had gained. And then Austria was also much more industrial, while Hungary was much more agrarian, and basically all of Austria's industrial centers were God damn it. The industrial centers of Austria-Hungary were located within the Austrian half of the empire, like Vienna, Linz, Salzburg, etc. And then there was the and then there actually was the German nationalism within the Austro-Hungarian Empire. You see, Germany had recently unified in 1871, and this also sparked this sort of willingness to maybe unite with Germany someday within the Austrian half. Though I don't know if it was really realistic goal at the time, but it certainly was there, but which would only after World War One increase. The leadership also was extremely aristocratic, as you can see from here. So basically, as I previously mentioned, there was the ruling elite, most of which were in fact Austrian and basically close to the Habsburgs, etc. So that also certainly was a problem. And basically, World War One brought up all of these issues, as many nationalities saw it as their chance to finally break away. Like for example, Serbs desired the southern Slavic regions like Bosnia, Croatia, Slovenia, or Serb majority regions to form Yugoslavia. Romanians would desire Transylvania, and the Czechs and the Slovaks wanted their own nation states, so that the Poles and the Ukrainians and World War One kind of was their chance at this. So next up, and in addition, Austria-Hungary performed very poorly in World War One. Like they weren't very competent allies to Germany. Germany, who constantly kind of had to help them out, etc. And yep, at the end of the war, especially with the death of Franz Joseph, Austro-Hungarian Empire finally collapsed and basically became chaos. Yep. And the actual proposal was more commonly known as the United States of Greater Austria. Yep, it was an Austrian dream. It was first proposed in 1906, and though many people actually talked of equal Austrian Federation before, and Franz Ferdinand was actually very proponent for this proposal, and he actually wanted to redraw the borders of the empire even more. So how do we actually make the federation then? Well, first off, we would have to start with the Compromise of 1867, which established the Austro-Hungarian Empire, and Franz Joseph would need to basically sort out with the inequalities within the empire and slowly start giving rights to other nationalities and basically start improving their autonomy within the empire. This could, for example, be done by creating new crowns, like, for example, the Southern Slavic crown, which I don't know if it's perfect, and it might not necessarily satisfy a lot of people, but at least some of the Empire's population. And also maybe create crowns in Bohemia and Galicia. So these are all just speculation. Like, I do not know for certain how these would go out. They theoretically could go well, but they could almost as easily not go so well. So I just am not really sure exactly. This lecture is mostly about speculation. And also the Hungarian half would have to be on board for the idea, and if they are going to be unhappy with losing territory, maybe compromise with them, and basically and offer concessions. Because without Hungarian consent, the Danubian Federation is not going anywhere. Hungary, because this really needs Hungary's approval too. And yep, none of this actually guarantees a federation, as nationalities may still want independence because they might just see the Nubian Federation as just another as something to excuse Austrian imperialism, and thus they might desire to break away. So yeah, federation wouldn't. So would the necessary federation even work long term? Probably not. Honestly, like there really isn't a chance that it would work. So probably not is my take. So basically, as I said, it doesn't guarantee any of the problems of Austria-Hungary and that they are resolved, and that other nationalities still might want independence, even if they have more autonomy, if they just see this federation project as another, issue for Austrian imperialism, and it and they may just not necessarily even like the idea, even if they do gain more autonomy through it. And there still are hostile powers that desire lands from the empire, like Romania with Transylvania, Serbia with the southern Slavic territories, Italy with Tyrol and Istria, and possibly if Poland is independent around the time Federation is made, like let's assume Central Powers won, or for some reason Austria-Hungary doesn't collapse. Those are just speculations. May desire for Galicia. However, and the empire still definitely would have the ruling elite, which of course would be Austrian and Hungarian, even if the other nationalities gain more power, gain some more autonomy through a federation. And this basically also makes through these class divisions and elitism, it kind of makes it a very hard thing to accomplish because there still is inequality within the empire, and reforms aren't possible without angering the Hungarians. Austria would only have Germany as an ally if Central Powers somehow won World War One. But even that has a chance to be fragile. And the empire, and yeah, even if Austria-Hungary federalized, it most likely would still collapse on the weight of nationalism. And in conclusion, no, it's not possible. Not really. Unless Austria-Hungary drastically reforms, and it has to start very early on, or else it will just simply be unfeasible. feasible, and no, and even then, the Federation might just collapse because of nationalism. Like, I'm sorry, but there just are way too many problems with Austria-Hungary before World War One. And certainly if it survived World War One, there still would be problems. Like, yeah, that just really is the case with any empire, really. Really, but with Austria-Hungary, it is very prevalent because it's one of the most well-known multi-ethnic empires. No, and basically it usually is used as an example of what if they just federalize, but really, even if it on paper seems like a good idea, it is not guaranteed. Like, it just isn't guaranteed. I'm really sorry to disappoint Austria-Hungary fans. Okay, I'm not. But yeah, that's it for my first lecture. Please and thank you for everybody who helped me in making this video. It really means a lot. And also, I am sorry if this isn't really necessarily quali that big of a quality yet. I am trying to improve, and you can always suggest improvements in the comment section. I gladly take criticism and try to improve the the quality of my content. But really, that's it for this video. Do you disagree with me? Do you agree with me? Please share your thoughts in the comments. Like other thoughts too. So, yes. I am Emperor MSK, and thank you for watching.